have Shae and Quinn joining us right now.
Recording in progress.
And we'll take questions on Zoom, so if you have a question, please raise your hand. Jacob, go ahead.
Thank you, Rep. Hi, Shae and Quinn. Thanks for taking the time to chat with us. Just both of you, just overall thoughts on the team's performance, and then just getting the point at the last play of the game.
I just think, super proud of the team. I think we obviously put in a lot of work from like game in, game out, just going over like the details of things, and I think we spend a lot more time in like more recently about like each person's individual roles, but then also the collective role. And I think we've really hammered it home this past week on the team collective and doing it together. And I think that really showed. And even going down the goal, I think at this point we kind of know how that feels, and we know kind of how to get out of it a little bit more. And I think that's one of the best showings we've had in the past couple weeks, especially. And so just like super proud of the team and everyone that put in it, especially through the weather.
Yeah, I think there were definitely some positives. I think especially on the ball, you saw in the first half we had the quality to, not only build up the pitch, but had the patience as well. I think we lost that a little bit in the second half, and so for us it's, being able to play with that patience for 90 minutes is just a little point of improvement. I think at times we really nullified their offense, but it's still trying to figure out how to solve the different pictures they give us quickly. But I think, definitely just a shift that the team put in, especially in the heat, and to stick with it and grind out that point was definitely a positive.
And just a quick follow-up, Quinn, on the ball that you sent into the wall in the last play of the game. Can you just take us through like what you were seeing on the field in terms of like we tried to find a specific teammate to target, or just send it into the crowd and see what happens?
Yeah, I definitely just wanted to get it into a good space, at the kind of at the back post in that area of the box. And once I hit it, I thought it felt good, and it was just up to my teammates to make as much chaos as possible, and they did, and that's that's all we can do in those late game moments.
I appreciate it. Thank you both.
Thanks, Jacob. Bella, go ahead.
Thanks for the time. First of all, for both of you, obviously, it's not a win, but team, as you mentioned, showed a lot of fight and grit. What does that sort of do for your guys' mentality going forward?
I just think it puts us in a more positive direction going into this next week, and especially like before CBA break coming up and all this stuff. I think it gives us a stronger turning point and like pivot to kind of like continue to build off of, because even though it's not a win quite yet, that's obviously what we're striving for. So I think it definitely puts us on the right foot going forward this next coming weeks.
Yeah, I think exactly what Shae said. I think for us it's important to get 3 points in games. I know we've been frustrated with the past 2 games of not getting those 3 points, but I still think like in a hard environment with with Gotham and their quality, and then as well like you take into account the heat, that's something that's a little bit different for us. I think it's good to always come away with those road points, and so definitely can't take those for granted, but we want to keep building, and hopefully we can break the gates and start getting 3 points in games.
And then for you, Quinn, I don't remember the last time we saw you play center back for the Reign. I was wondering if that was sort of something that's been worked on and potentially a plan, or if that was sort of a last minute tactical change from Laura, that you were just you had that experience and were ready to go.
Yeah, last minute tactical change. I think one time in preseason I needed to jump in there, and so a lot of practice in that. But no, I think like for us, especially when we're rolling into the 3 as well, the comfortability to be in that back area and the build out especially, and then I have a lot of experience at center back, so it's easy to get that rolling again, and so it was good just to have that option, I think.
Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, Bella. Jada, go ahead.
Thanks. Shae, I wanted to ask about the goal that Rose had. I mean, it looked like a little bit of 2-on-1. I wanted to see what, from your perspective and just training maybe against her. I know she wasn't as healthy last season, so I don't know if you felt, that you'd seen anything like that before. Just kind of describe what was going on for you at that moment.
Yeah, I think one thing as a collective backline we work on a lot is like defending the goal. We do that a lot, and I think we always try to take the most dangerous player or person, and in that moment I guess when I saw her run through, it was Claude's kind of going out, I'm going to try to get as much of the middle of the goal as possible, and it wasn't as much kind of dropping to the top of the box just in case then it went around me the backside to, I think Dunn was on my other side. So I think we work a lot on just trying to make yourself big and stay in the frame of the goal, so that was kind of my mindset. and knowing, Rose with the technical ability she has, I think it's also just, if she's going to take a touch, just keep my feet. But if it was her first time shot like it was, I think I wasn't too far off, but definitely a lot of learning steps to go for there also being in that situation. So, which I'm excited to work on this week, so.
I understand. And I know Emily didn't, only played the one season, and like you, Shae, are new, but did you guys have any conversation with Rose and Emily as far as seeing them since they left? Either one of y'all can answer.
I don't think.
No.
Yeah, no, not much.
Just when we play against each other.
Yeah.
Seldom.
Yeah, and I kind of
here.
felt that way. But Quinn, you were talking a little bit about the weather. I know you guys had a couple of days there. Was it hotter today than the training days, or can you talk a little bit more about that part of which you guys had to overcome?
Yeah, it's hotter here than it has been in Seattle, that's for sure. And people have called it January in Seattle, so.
Yeah, I think training definitely helped being here an extra day, but yeah, it wasn't. When you're out there, and you're just going through it. It's so different.
All
I
right.
definitely know it's different.
Thanks, Jada.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jada. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Jada. Thanks,
Thank
Quinn.
you.